Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays.
Hey, good morning, folks.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat.
Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are.
There it is, team. Morning. Morning, wherever you're tuning in from today.
Early bird gets the worm, they say. Here at Positive, we offer a 6-star team. It's a team that help you at every stage of your wealth creation journey.
There it is, guys. Good morning. Morning. Wednesday, 4th of June. Happy Wealth Coffee Chat morning, property management edition. If you are tuning in again on a weekly basis, awesome stuff. Great to have you here. If you haven't met me before, Cass Shostak is my name. Not sure what's going on with my camera, folks, so hopefully you guys can see me okay. A bit blurry on my end. But listen, if you haven't met me before, representing the property management group, part of the 6-star team here at Positive Collective. And I'll tell you what, 10 past 8 every Wednesday, we jump on, have a bit of a chit chat. We talk all things about trying to hold your property. Saw a statistic, and we covered it last week. 22% of investors sell after 12 months. And our job, I think, as property managers is to help you guys navigate to not be that statistic, to hold your wealth, to build your wealth. And then obviously in conjunction with the 6-star team, build towards your financial and life goals, which is awesome. So there you go. That's me, 14 years in the industry. Today we're going to get into it. Morning to you, Luke, and Kevin as well. Mate, thanks for jumping on, team, as always. I hope you're well. Hope you got a cup of coffee this morning, team. This morning's topic, I saw an article last night. I've actually downloaded the report, so I'll come back once I get some more data on it. But I saw this headline: what 11,500 rental audits have told us in regards to the minimum standards down in Victoria. Now, if you're not sure what the minimum standards are, this is pretty much a blanket rule across the country, and I think it's a good thing. We've always said it's a good thing. It lifts the standards, it lifts compliance. I also think that, if we do that as property investors and property managers, we're going to attract better quality people. We're going to get better rent into the future as well. So I think it's a good thing. But there's some negative Nancy's out there who want to smash some landlords and say they're slumlords, and they want to smash property managers and say we don't take care of tenants and renters and all that sort of stuff. And there's this negative commentary at times in regards to landlords and property managers not taking care of property. I think that's rubbish, and I'll tell you what, I've got the data to back it up today. So if any of those people on social media that want to come have a chat, let's do it with the data we've got today, because it is an industry sometimes, team, where it can be clouded by people's opinions and assumptions out there. And I think unless you are a landlord who has gone through this or who's very well educated like you guys, you probably don't understand it, right? And so there is a government body, who obviously have gone out there and they're doing some audits. And I think it was backed by one of the universities who are now analysing the report, and that's the report I'm going after to try and get some more data. But essentially, Property Compliance Victoria, they have conducted 11,500 rental audits across the state of Victoria. My understanding is that they've gone to metropolitan areas, regional areas. They've done the 11,500, and I think we could all agree that after you do 11,500 rental audits, you're going to find some interesting things. You're going to find some trends. You might find some good stuff. You might find some not so good stuff. So what are minimum standards? First and foremost, well, these are things like, if you've got a kitchen, which I would say all houses do, you make sure your appliances are in working order. You've got to make sure that there's a sink, hot water, cold water. We're going to have heating in living areas. We've got to have locks, window coverings, you name it, that sort of stuff, right? We know these things, free of mold. If you bought a brand new property, most of you guys do, this stuff probably doesn't apply to you. But shout out to anyone who has a property when we talk about the condition and the age of the property, might be, 15, 20, 25 plus years old. This is the stuff you want to be aware of. So, like I say, this is real data. This is not made up. What this report shows is that, the role of the property manager is actually quite important. They are playing a role to lift compliance standards. And I think a lot of the landlords are actually getting on board and doing the do, which is awesome to see. So it isn't one-sided like some of the myths and opinions and assumptions out there in the marketplace. So what this report looks at, as I read off it, there goes the mic. Let's fix that up. What this report shows, team, is the real picture. It shows pass and fail rates per suburb. So it breaks that down. It breaks down and has looked at, mold as an example. Now you can imagine in Victoria, it's a little bit colder. So you get a situation a lot of the time, team, where the inside of the home is a lot warmer than the outside of the home, causing condensation, et cetera, and this can occur. And so this report basically breaks down to find whether there is a trend of mold and dampness, suburb to suburb. Is it in key areas? Is it close to water? Is it not close to water? So it's going to look at this sort of stuff, which is kind of interesting from an investing point of view. If you want to buy an investment property that is free of mold, or the likelihood that it's free of mold, maybe this report is something we look at. But at the end of the day, it's looking at whether it's structural or if it's tenant behaviour, because that's important as well. For not ventilating properties, and of course, potentially at risk of getting mold. Now, most of the properties that unfortunately failed the minimum standards test, they're only minor fixes. So we're not, it's not structural issues, it's not major plumbing issues, it's nothing significant for these landlords. They are just minor items which can be fixed relatively easily, which is, again, awesome to see. That shows me property managers are doing the job by raising awareness and organising things and getting the compliance done, but also the landlords, you guys, the investors, you're investing back in your property in that space, which is really good. So owners are taking a proactive approach. So we can tick that box. And so, I'll quickly share my screen, team, and show you the pass rate percentages per category that Property Compliance Victoria tested. So let's just have a quick squiz at this. And you can see, 89% pass when it came to electrical safety, 91% pass when it came to heating facilities, 93% pass when it came to kitchen, et cetera, et cetera. You can sort of see here, maybe the lower ones there, 73% passed free of mold and dampness when it came to structural causes in that respect. And on the second line there, you can see 100% for plumbing and toilets, 92% for ventilation, 98% for laundry. Really good stuff, team. Really good stuff. So I would say if I pick two out there at 73% being mold and the 79% bathroom, I would suspect they may not have passed purely because of obviously they are not free of mold and dampness, and that could be a structural issue. It could be south facing. It could be lack of ventilation. It could be some reasons why. And I would say they are definitely the older type of homes. So if you've got a property that's 15, 20, 25 years plus, something to be aware of. Maybe you need to get it tested. And in the bathroom, I think it comes down to energy saving. The flow rate of the water could be something that is of interest there. But for the most part, like we said, in the 90% plus range, and super good to see. So why is this important? Why is this important for you guys to know? One, it's awareness, but ultimately, team, minimum standards keeps you safe. That's the role of the property manager, to give you guys awareness, to educate themselves as much as you guys. But ultimately, this stuff keeps you safe. I think at the end of the day, if we've got investment properties, we're keeping safe, we're meeting minimum standards, we're complying with legislation, ultimately you're going to attract better quality renters, and also I think better rents into the future, which is ultimately what we are chasing. And so sometimes, a lot of the time I get asked, well, Cass, give me a rent strategy. How can I get my rents up? Now, we can dive into a couple different strategies in that space, but sometimes, team, getting compliant, meeting minimum standards, following process is kind of a strategy in its own way. Why? Because you're attracting the outcome is that you attract better quality renters with better quality incomes who can pay higher rents, and that's kind of a strategy in its own. So keep safe. What's the consequence if we don't, team? Now, for those few that aren't meeting minimum standards across Victoria or other states for that reason, they are at risk of getting fined. I can tell you these fines are not $500, $600, can be up to tens of thousands of dollars if you don't get it right. And so I would certainly promote and encourage this morning anyone with an older investment property to get that looked at. But hey, your property manager should have already done that for you. Team, short and sharp this morning. If you want a copy of, if you want a copy of the minimum standards checklist, if you're not sure where to start, if you're not sure where to go, you're not sure how to get in contact with me, email below, maybe comment below and put a yes in the comment section that you would like a copy of that minimum standards checklist, and I'll shoot it over to you guys, no problem whatsoever. If it's not Victoria, that's okay. Put a yes and put your state and I'll get it to you because it's something to keep aware of. It also helps, I suppose, if you're in the position right now where in the next 3-6 months you're looking to buy your next investment property, and if it's brand new, then I guess you won't have to worry. We'll take care of you. But if you're looking to just double check what that might look like on your next investment property, then put a yes in your state below and I'll get a copy of that checklist, and you can put a part of your little bundle on what to check and what to do before you buy your next investment property. Team, any questions in the chat? Go for gold. Otherwise, I might wrap up there a little bit early this morning. And we'll be back at it. We're in preparation for the summit next week, team. So if you've got a ticket, look forward to seeing you there. Come find me, come say hi. But don't forget, team, 8:10 tomorrow, we'll have the financial advising team on. And I'm sure they will have lots of gold to share with you guys. But otherwise, short and sharp. Hope everyone's well. Hope you enjoy your Wednesday. And I'll catch you next Wednesday, if not at the summit. See you, team.
Thanks for watching another episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the 6-Star team here at positivementor.com.au.